Hello, I am Wanderer001 and this is my review of the Amazon Echo, the original Echo device that was launched by Amazon. Now, this is going to be really weird for me because I'm going to preface the review of the Echo here with a recommendation. If you're considering an Amazon Echo, you're probably doing it because you want to either use it for its smart home abilities, or maybe you just want to have a voice activated assistant. Maybe you want to use it for shopping, whatever. The only reason I would suggest getting this, the Amazon Echo, the original Echo, over the Echo Dot review up there in the corner, and I will be referencing the Dot quite a bit, is if you want the integrated, better speaker. The Echo Dot speakers are not great, but you can connect them via 3.5mm jack to a sound bar, to any other speaker, or via cable to any speaker system that would accept that audio input. So the only reason to get the bigger, more expensive, and in some cases a little more cumbersome Echo, as pictured here, is if you want that better integrated sound. So with all that said, if you want just to have the Amazon Echo services, home automation, all of that, look for the Echo Dot. It was up there in the corner. Watch that review. A lot of the things that this can do are exactly the same as that because the brains behind the Echo are exactly the same as the brains behind the Dot, but at well below half the price of this. So with that said, I'll start it off. The Amazon Echo here normally runs for about $179, $180 if you round it up. You can get it in black or white. In my case, the reason I got it was because I wanted the speaker. I do not have a sound bar by my TV, which this is sitting by my entertainment center on top of my Drobo and next to this horrible wallpaper that I really need to deal with. I got this because of the speaker. I wanted the speaker. I don't have anything to plug this into. The Echo Dot that was living in my living room is now in my kitchen, and that's kind of working for me. I have this one here, I have the Dot in the kitchen and a Dot in my bedroom. So now I have 3 Echo devices in my house. Now, you'll notice I'm also referencing this as Echo so that I do not trigger the assistant. Now, I might be triggering your assistant if you're watching this, and I apologize for that. Once I get into some of the actual voice automation stuff, I'll warn you. So, with that little caveat out of the way, let's actually get into the review of the hardware. Again, for the software stuff, I'm going to recommend checking out the Dot. And I feel really bad about sending you somewhere else because I know you're interested in this, but I assure you that is extraordinarily in-depth. I will show you something that has changed with the Amazon services in this video. So I hate to say I'm sending you to 2 different videos. Apologize for that. But what you're looking at here with the Amazon Echo is a device that is 9.3 inches in height and has a depth and width of 3.3 inches because it is a cylinder. You have this plastic part up here, which is the matte finish. You can kind of see it picks up scratches and smudges and fingerprints very easily. Here, the grill is kind of still that plastic, but breathes a little better. Now again, because this is the device you're getting because of the audio, inside here you have a 2.5-inch woofer and a 2.5-inch tweeter. Now, myself not being an audiophile, they mean absolutely nothing to me, but might mean something to you. All I can tell you is the speakers on this are definitely a richer, more robust sound than you would get on the Echo Dot, which is a very tinny cell phone style audio. I assure you, I noticed right away the difference between the audio coming from my Echo Dot and the Echo here. If you're looking for a size comparison, the closest thing I could think of is actually a paper towel roll, and you can see the paper towels are slightly taller than the Echo device. Now, I'm going to tilt it forward here so that you can see what you're looking at the top. You have a mute button right there, which will turn this white thing red because this is actually a strip for LEDs underneath. You have a hole here, which is part of the microphone system. There's also the perforated ring around here, which is also part of the microphone array. So this can pick you up pretty much anywhere. Now, it is part of the far field voice communication system that the Echo has. And what I mean by that is when I walk in my front door, I can see this echo sitting here, but I can also see the echo in my kitchen. When I say trigger phrase, turn on lights, I see both of them light up, but what happens is the echo that is closest to me or hears me best will actually execute the command. Now, this sits by my living room, which has an air conditioner off to the left. When the air conditioner is on, while this echo can hear me, the one in the kitchen actually hears me a little better, and that's the one that executes commands. So just something to think about. Right here on the top, the other thing is the activation. So if you don't want to trigger phrase to turn it on, you can just come over, tap it, and it will turn the trigger phrase on. Now you'll notice there's the blue ring here, but there's kind of this green ring that's been moving around. Cancel.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Yeah, she didn't quite know what I was talking about. But that moving ring there, just like in the Echo Dot, is the microphone that's closest to picking you up. Now, unlike the Echo Dot, you'll notice that there's not a volume down and volume up control on this. Instead, there's this slidable bit right here that is a ring. Now, again, it might be because I had the Dot first, but I prefer the push button tactile response of click it once, it goes up one. Click it down, it goes up one. You have varying ranges of moving this dial to where the actual indicator there shows max volume and you lowering the volume. So to me, it doesn't feel as consistent as you got with the Dot, but that's the original design. It looks a little sleeker, but I kind of got used to having the push button. Granted, you can also turn up the volume and down the volume using your voice, and that's generally what you're going to do. Similarly to the Dot, you cannot mute the device unless you tap it. And that's due in part to Amazon's choices. Now, I'm going to come down to the bottom here. And I did have to unplug it because it just was not reaching for me. So with that said, there is a 6 foot cable that just can't quite make it to where I needed to bring it up. But you'll notice that there is this rubberized footprint here, and it also has this hollowed out mouth. That's because the cable slips in here and then plugs in thusly. So that's kind of a nice design feature. The wall plug itself is much flatter, however chunkier than the one you get with the Dot. So it can sit behind things much easier, but it takes up more space. So while the Dot sits further away from the wall, this one sits closer to the wall, but eats up more real estate. Setup for your Amazon Echo device is really simple. You just follow the directions that it gives you and plug it in. So let me actually show you what it looks like to set up the Amazon Echo here.
Hello. Your Amazon Echo is ready for setup. Just follow the instructions in your Alexa app. You've connected to Echo. Go ahead and finish the setup in your Alexa app.
Let's take a quick tour of your new Amazon Echo. Now it's even
Alexa, weather.
In Gettysburg, it's 88 degrees with clear skies and sun. Tonight, you can look for cloudy skies moving in and out, with a low of 72 degrees.
So really simple to set up. The one big thing that I found was my cats found the lights on the Echo here infinitely more interesting than on the Dot for some reason. I have no idea why. So after setup, one of the big things that really is a standout option or problem, if you want to think about it, for me is power consumption, because my house is entirely electric and this plugs into the electricity. I need to know how much it's going to be eating up my power. So in standby mode, you are looking at usage of 2.9 to 3 watts. If the light at the top is turned on, it then uses 3.2 to 3.3 watts. And if you're just playing music, and again, it's mainly just going to be for audio, you are then using 3.1 to 3.2 watts. So again, it's going to eat up a little more power because of the speaker system here than your Echo Dot would. So let me get back to talking about the speaker a little bit more, because again, like I said, this I primarily got because I wanted the speaker, because my envisioning of its placement here was to have it next to my TV set so that I could, Christmas time when we're setting up the tree, just tell it to blah, 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 play Christmas music, and it would be lovely. So that's the idea. Haven't done that exact scenario yet, but I have done several others, and it works out very well. The speaker is completely around, like the entire base here is perforated so that the speaker system can work. Now it's called omnidirectional, or however Amazon wants to say it. I have found that it is true. If you have it pinned up against the wall, in my case, it started off living in the kitchen because I didn't have my current entertainment setup. I had this weird box thing. I had it tucked away in the kitchen. Half of the speaker system was covered up by a wall. And while it did sound richer in tone than the Echo Dot, it didn't sound as good as when I moved it here and there's nothing around it, nothing blocking it. You really do hear it all around, and very, very good quality audio. So I keep telling you what the audio sounds like with this. Let me give you an example of both what the Echo Assistant sounds like, as well as a brief music clip, as well as a just plain audio clip. So what I'm actually going to do is take my lapel mic and put it over by the Amazon Echo. Alexa, good morning.
Good morning. And batter up! Edgar Martinez, a former baseball player for the Seattle Mariners, is being honored tonight in his number
Alexa,
11
stop.
jersey.
Now do keep in mind that the audio quality will be different based on, again, how close you are to it and the volume that you have it currently set at. So let me give you an example of what music would sound like. Alexa, play rock music.
Here's a station for rock music, hard rock, from Amazon Music.
All right, so there you kind of got two different things. You could see that when I told it to do a command, it did kind of mute the audio a little bit. You could still hear it, but it did mute it just enough so that it could understand the command. You'll also note it automatically goes to Amazon Music as default. You can change it to a primary music provider. It does support several: Amazon Music, Spotify, Pandora, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and plenty more. So next, let me show you what it sounds like just doing a audio clip from a podcast, so just people talking. Alexa, play Daily Tech News Show.
Getting the latest episode of Daily Tech News Show. Here it is from TuneIn.
Daily Tech News Show is powered by you. To find out more, head to dailytechnewsshow.com/support. Tech News for Friday, August 11th, 2017. I'm Tom Merritt.
Alexa, stop.
I was just on...
So there you had a couple of audio samples from the Amazon Echo here, and really it is because of the audio that you would get this over the Dot. You can do the same home automation, you can do the same queries that you could, ask it random facts, ask it to, add things to your calendar. All of the brains are exactly the same as any other Amazon device. Some things that I didn't think about when purchasing the Dot that I did think about when purchasing the Echo, and one of the reasons I did get the Echo, because it was on sale. It normally is that $180. If you had an Echo device, in my case the Dot, during the Amazon summer garage sale, as I call it, if you ordered specific things through an Echo device, you could get a steeper discount. In fact, I got quite a steep discount, and that's why I got the Amazon Echo here. So you can think about it as a terminal that will get you discounts, and also you can get like cash back sometimes, reordering items through they have promotions all the time. So think of it as a peripheral that will help you get more discounts if you shop at Amazon quite often. Now there is one thing that has changed quite a bit from the first video I did of the Dot, and that is actually the Amazon Alexa app. There she goes, she's listening, stop. The app has changed quite a bit since that video was made. So let me show you what it currently looks like, because there's a lot of skills that they added, because the Echo devices here now can, well, they could always track your package, but now you can get notifications of tracked packages. You can also kind of use it as a messaging system, which is to me a little weird because you need to know the person you're trying to message, and if I have a cell phone and you have a cell phone, why would I just not text you the message? It could be good for parents that don't have smartphones. I know my parents don't have smartphones and they get charged for texts. So if they had an Echo and I have an Echo, I could technically send them a message, and then this lights up green for messages and then yellow for package notifications. And then for the rest, you get the red and the blue and what have you. Let me show you what the Alexa app looks like now. So the new trigger phrase app looks like this. However, it doesn't start you on this page, and that kind of annoys me. It starts you on this one, which is if you have any messages. Now I'm not showing you that only because one, I don't have any messages, and two, it shows your real name, and I just don't feel like blurring that out. Over here on the right, this is your music settings. So if you've played something, let me click on that. So here you can see it will show you I have several devices. So it's showing the living room Echo at the moment, and it showed player. So the last thing that I listened to was CBS Radio 880. I can play that and it will start playing again. I can show the queue, so if there's anything queued up for that Echo, or I can show the history. So it shows you everything that I've listened to on that particular device. So you can see that was during the review, that was during the review, that was right before the review. Not sure what that is. Probably my wife. Clicking the drop-down arrow will allow you to pick a different Echo device. So we're going to come back to the home. Home shows you everything that has been asked, regardless of what Echo device it was on. So in this case, how high is Mount Rushmore? Coming here, play CBS Radio 880, asked for the weather in Gettysburg. All of that shows up in these cards on the home page. Now, there's this side panel here, which lists out several things, and more personal information is over there, so I will show you each of the listed items there, but not necessarily the list on the side. First being music videos and books, and you can see again it is listing based on my living room Echo. You can change what device has what. So you can see up here videos, you have Fire, TV, and Dish. Music services, you would click into each one in order to put your logon credentials, and then books. Next, moving on to lists. So if you created any lists, by default they would be an Amazon shopping list. They would show up here, as well as you have to do. So to do is just kind of things that we might have thrown in here. Stroudsburg Creamery, particular barbecue place. These are also searches that we did and then said kind of like add to lists so that we would be able to remember them. Moving on, you have reminders and alarms. And again, they are based on each Echo device. So if you have one will show up. If you have multiples, you'll be able to choose, because you can have different timers and alarms based on devices. Sadly, you cannot tell one device to set an alarm for another device. So no reminders set up, no alarms set up, but they would all be here, and no timers set. Now again, these are all set up through the Echo device itself, not necessarily the app. You can manage certain aspects of that. So here you have audio that plays, alarm, time. So here you can do more with the alarm, but you do need to set the alarm from the Echo device. Skills, you have a large library of skills at your disposal. Not gonna lie, most of them are useless. Find your core skill sets and then use those. And so you would access them by coming up here to your skills, and then it will show you just your skills. So some of these are just stupid things like this Chuck Norris one. If you ask Alexa, good morning, it will start telling you information. In this case, this was added when it was Chuck Norris's birthday, because you said, oh, ask me for Chuck Norris facts. We said, sure, ask me Chuck Norris facts, and it added this. So just keep that in mind. Some of those good morning skills might add a skill to your Echo skills library. Coming down, you have smart homes. So here you have groups, devices, and scenes, and then smart home skills. So TP-Link requires you to enable the TP-Link Casa skill in order to actually use it with the Echo. Belkin Wemos do not. So coming up to groups, I have set up several groups just so that I can, now again, I don't have a lot of devices. I just have a light bulb in the bedroom, two switches in the bedroom, and then 2 switches in my living room. But I have set them up into different groups so that I can trigger them saying different things. So I can turn off 2 things in my bedroom while leaving 1 thing on. Same thing with the living room. I have it set so that I can turn on the switch in my living room and my TV in my living room. And then bedtime, I turn off a TV, the light in the living room, and the light in the bedroom, while leaving the air conditioner and fan that are on a different switch and part of a different grouping still on. So that's what the groups is like. Devices, this will show you all the devices. Now you can either search for devices here by hitting discover, or you can just ask your Alexa device to discover connected devices. You can also forget singular devices or forget everything. So that's kind of cool. Then you have scene, which is part of the Casa. You have to set it up and then you just good night, and then it sets up the scene and runs the scene. Things to try is next, and that's just what it is. Things to try, it tells you what you can do with your Echo. This is very useful, especially when you first get your Echo device. So just run through that. It will show you some interesting things. You know, it can do what's new. It will tell you what you can ask. You know, Echo Show, if you had an Echo Show, which I do not have. Questions to ask. This is just how you can ask them. So this is where you come if you're new to the Echo universe. Last but not least is settings. Here you can drill down for individual Echo devices. So here it shows Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, paired device or modes, do not disturb mode, schedule, drop-ins. It pretty much is going to show you everything that you can do with this. You can also come here and set up a new device, kind of what you saw me do originally. And then down here you have more general account stuff. So whether you want to be notified of a package being delivered from Amazon, so that ring, I did it once and then turned it off because my wife was like, what the heck is this? Music media, this is a place where you would set up your accounts. Flash briefing, again, if you wanted that flash briefing, which is that little snippets of media, you would come here to add or subtract things. Sports updates, you can add teams. Traffic, you can add 1 location per account. So it will let you know what traffic is like on your way to work. Calendar, you can add a Google Calendar. Again, you can have 2 accounts attached to this. You need to have an Amazon account to do that though. Voice training, voice purchasing, which you can do. Recommend that you put the PIN in if you have small children. And then there's a few other things down there that have sensitive information, so we're not going to touch on that. But that is a general look at the Amazon Alexa app. Okay, so quite a few changes in the Alexa app. So you shouldn't hear me that time because I said it quick. One other thing that I did neglect to mention, and again, because you get this because of the speaker, for nothing else. You can get the cheaper dots. You can pair your cell phone to the Amazon Echo here. So you could listen to music from your cell phone to this. Or in the case of my wife, when this lived in the kitchen, she would normally watch Netflix on her phone. So she paired her phone to this. Netflix audio comes out of here, and you see Netflix on your phone. It was kind of cool, and it still can be cool. Let's say you have a song playlist on your phone itself, not through one of the services. You can just connect the two and play it via here. So I know it sounds like I'm talking down the Echo a bit, but really for me it's a matter of helping you save money. So if you don't care about audio quality, or if you don't care about having the integrated speaker that's better, look for the Dot. If you want an integrated speaker and are willing to spend a little more money, then the Amazon Echo here is definitely worth getting. So just ask yourselves those two questions. Do I want to save money? Do I necessarily need the speaker built in? Do I have a speaker that I can plug into? If not, then this could be what you're looking for. Either way, I still like the Amazon Echo services, the suite that comes as part of the device itself. I still feel that it's going to be your best bet for home automation because it is compatible with just about everything, just like the Echo Dot was. So you've got Philips Hue, TP-Link, Ecobee, Wemo, SmartThings, Nest, Wink, Honeywell. I mean, the list goes on just like it did before. So you can think of this as a smart home hub for yourself. You can think of this as a audio hub for yourself. Whatever works for you. If this form factor and that speaker work for you, great. Spend the money, get it, or wait and see if it comes on sale. Or get a Dot, start playing with it, because all that information will transfer over to the Echo. They'll probably have a sale again that you can get discounted if you buy the Echo Dot and buy this through the Echo Dot. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not trying to get you to buy more stuff, but I'm trying to give you as much information as humanly possible to make an informed decision. So I still stand behind the Echo here, still like it, was happy I got it on a discount. If you can't get it on a discount, if you're comfortable spending that kind of money, I still say it's a good product. Amazon Echo services, Amazon Echo in particular, the original version. I don't know if they'll be changing it anytime soon, but stand behind it, like it. I would highly recommend it. If you have any questions or comments and you didn't check out the Dot video that was over in the corner, just leave them in the area below. I have been Wanderer 001. As always, thanks for watching.